Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome back to Phoenix Spirit Channel. I'm going to be looking at your October forecasts, see what's coming in for the energies, our activations, and just some guidance. I know that a lot of us have been going through some intense energies, especially the last couple of weeks. So hugs to you guys all, feeling it myself. So let's get started and see what's coming in. We're going to just take a look at our activations. For some of you guys that are aware of the activations that don't know, just a quick little explanation. When I look at activations, I'm looking at what the universe is activating within each one of us as a collective energy. And so some of that can bring in challenges, but what the activation does is it removes and it brings in gifts. It could bring in enlightenment. It could bring in cleansing. It just depends on where we're at with the energy. So we're going to look at October, which is one of my favorite seasons, is fall season, to see how that comes in. I love fall, changes of seasons. I love the fact that I can wear, it's California, so we get a little bit of cold weather. A lot of you probably East Coasters and, central mountain guys or whatever, probably look at us like, what? Cold weather. It's California. It's always sunny. It's usually always sunny. But it's nice if we could wear like a sweater or something, right? Okay. That makes sense. We're right in Mercury Retrograde. All right. Take those energies. Okay, so you guys, we have coming in, we have surrender. So welcome October. I believe we have 7 planets retrograding. Some of them are coming out. I believe Saturn is going direct this week or next week. But we are right smack in the beginning of Mercury in retrograde. And that usually can bring in miscommunications within relationships. It could bring in some, especially with Libra energy, dealing with relationships. So this can bring in miscommunication with relationships. I tend to, during this time, to be more in observation mode or solitude mode, just because I deal with Mercury quite often. It's really in my chart. And so looking at our surrendering, this is the activation, what the actual activation for October is surrendering, which can bring in a hard activation, because when we are guided to surrender, it's full surrendering, it's completely letting go, and it's allowing the universe to it's allowing the universe to kind of take over. And so if you're having any issues within your relationships, if you're having issues within your job, if you're feeling stagnant, if you're feeling unmotivated, if you're feeling, like there's financial issues, hardships, stresses, it is where surrendering will come in. And it usually takes us humans a while to surrender to the universe, to God, whatever your belief system is, because a lot of us are go-getters, a lot of us are grinders, a lot of us are movers and doers. And so if we don't do, we may not receive, or we may not get where we want. If we don't push forward, some of us believe that we're not going to receive those things. And so surrendering into the time and the moment, the situations, is just letting go. It's just, okay, I can't pay this bill. Okay, my money is not coming in when it's supposed to. Okay, we're having relationship issues, and I don't want to fight right now. And so instead of going into battle or having what I like to say, unproductive conversations, which is usually going nowhere, you're just going in circles and circles and circles, and no one is hearing each other. It's usually non-productive, right? And so, surrendering, like, okay, this is not the time for us to talk about a relationship. This is not the time for me to bring up things. There's shadow elements that are usually associated with this time, where our inner child and our wounds and our triggers can really play a part. And right now, that's what I'm feeling. A lot of sacral energy and a lot of solar plexus energy really coming up, playing a part. I'm tightening in these two muscles right now, just feeling a huge tightening coming in. Like someone's grabbing the inside of me. And so, these are wounds that are really going to play. And these are our inner child wounds. And so these are things that are needing to come up as well. And so resisting it or fighting it, it's surrendering. Also, what I want to say is that whatever emotions that you guys are feeling, feel it. Anger, sadness, whatever it is, go through those emotions, okay? Each of those emotions teach us something about what needs to be brought up or any of those wounds, right? And those people that are triggering us, those people that could be the external energies that could be coming towards us, shadow energies, projections, different things like that, can be bringing up. And it's not usually about them. It's usually about something that we got to look within ourselves, right? So when we go into complete surrender, right, you're being held, right? You're being held. And so, these two rings is balancing, it's bringing balance into your life. So resisting is going to bring you out of balance, okay? So surrendering, you see this? This is just where you're going to be. So this is the activation. So you guys are going to be guided to go into surrendering this month. And so that can bring in a level again of some hardships and some challenges and some wounds, and some things that need to come up for you to say, okay, I need to let go. I need to just allow whatever this is, just allow to go into it. Because there's always things that we need to know. I am going to play with my animal deck today. I've been feeling a lot of spirit animals around me in my meditations. Sometimes I feel like the Jungle Book or, the Lion King. I'm standing on top of the mountain. So we're going to look at some of the energies that are coming in for the past, present, and future. Energy. Oh, I love that. Okay. And I love that because the end of the month, that's what we're coming into. So that's beautiful. So, it feels like, especially for the last couple of weeks, I've been saying that this energy has been very intense. We have the snail energy coming out for us, pacing, steadiness, coiled energy, right? And the snail moves slow. Snail, I think, moves slower than the turtle. And then the snail also goes in, right? Pacing, steadiness, coiled energy. And so the surrendering that's coming in for us this month, right? The beginning of this month is gonna be more of a slow moving energy. So again, that unmotivated feeling, right? You may want to get things done, but you may feel unmotivated. You may feel unmotivated, lazy. And I don't ever really like to use lazy. I like to say unmotivated because most of us just feel unmotivated, right? And so we're unmotivated. And so that snail energy is helping us to balance. Again, what we need to balance, right? So moving slow. So again, go with the energies that, the spirit is bringing you. So when you feel energetic to do things, handle that. When you feel unmotivated or you feel like you need to veg out or you need to just kind of relax or you're moving slow or things are just not moving in the fast pace that you want it to, or you're hitting every red light, or you're having all of these delayments, postponements, that's the energy, right, that you're meant to go through. So it's allowing pacing and steadiness. And so it's a slow moving energy. So you're going to be starting off this month again with slow moving energy. So surrender into that. Allow the flow. Allow every day to just flow, if that makes any sense. Like, okay, just going to go with the flow, Towards the middle of this month, we're looking at the porcupine energy. And, I was saying into my subscription, my private group, the porcupine, because we actually pulled this card, and the porcupine energy, quiet ferocity, storytelling, ancestral wisdom. When I think about the porcupine, and I've seen the porcupine a couple of times in my meditations, it's always, do I touch it? I always just kind of get really timid with it because porcupines are just, they're quiet ferocity, right? They're walking and you're like, oh, they're so cute. And the next thing you know, like you got stakes in your face, So it could be you know, you don't know how they're going to respond. But what this brings to me is storytelling. You know, and storytelling is your story. It's a story that you tell yourself, a story that you tell the world, a story that you tell others. And so you can change your story, right? Ancestral wisdom is also coming in, and I feel that with the ancestors. I'm feeling very connected to the ancestors that are coming in. We're also coming into October 31st, where the veil is very thin. So I do feel like the ancestors are very strong with us right now, helping us and guiding us, connecting with us, especially with a lot of these wounds and things that are coming in, you know. And so storytelling, a lot of you guys will be changing the story of your life, of your relationships, of what you're telling yourself. You know, a lot of us may feel that we deserve certain aspects. And usually when we're going through retrograde times, friendships, relationships kind of take a hit. Sometimes we see our relationships with people and how much we're giving to other people, but it's not about them because, you know, we're giving. So they're going to take. So it's really about us, you know, standing and saying, okay, well, I'm going to match your tone with the tone. I'm going to match the tone that you're giving me with the, I'm going to match my tone. The tone that I'm giving you is the tone that you're giving me, right? You're going to match that same frequency instead of giving more of yourself, you know, or find that you deserve respect, love, loyalty, faithfulness, all the things that you desire, that you want, success and abundance and prosperity, right? And so you're going to be retelling your story this month. And there's a lot of that ancestral wisdom that's with you, that's helping you to cut cords, to remove the things that are holding you back from moving forward. The end of this month, which is funny, we're starting the month off with a snail, is a tortoise, which still moves slow. So it's going to be a slow moving month. Home is where the heart is. Oh, I love the saying, home is where the heart is, but we have the tortoise energy. And the tortoise energy moves, a little bit faster than the turtle, right? But when I look at the turtle is, or the tortoise, right, they go in. I think tortoise and tortoise are probably the same thing. I don't know. Anyway, let me stop. You know, they go in, right? Home is where the heart is. It's not outside of you. It's within you. Your happiness, your joy, the things that you want, the things that you desire, they're not outside of you. They're within you. The peace, the harmony. A lot of us can have discourse and dissonance in our relationships. And we say to ourselves, oh, if this person would change, I would be happier. It's about your happiness within yourself, right? Your inner sanctum. What brings you joy? That's where your heart is. That's where your home is. It's within you. It's not outside of you. Everything that we always usually seek is outside of us. Validation, confirmation, love, support, right? Most of the time we don't get it. People fall short. But when you look within yourself, it's right there. You're your support system. You're your cheerleader. You're your healer. You're your counselor, right? You're your psychic. You know, it's you. You're your peace. You're where you find harmony at by doing the things that make you happy. And so that brings me into the harmonic flight, the activation that's coming in for the end of the month, and that infinity symbol, right? And harmonic flight can bring in two people. This can bring in relationships where they're more harmony, and more harmonious. So we got to go through certain changes and challenges and obstacles and shadow energy sometimes to bring in a connection within our relationships so that we're on the same frequency level, we're on the same page. And it's not about seeing eye to eye, it's about feeling that frequency. It's sound, it's vibration, right? Sometimes it's not seeing with our physical eyes, it's about feeling and being in that same frequency alignment with the people that we're in because we're matching that frequency. Right? So that harmonic flight, right, is in like a musical harmony. Okay. All right. Let's look at the energies and the guidance for the remainder of this month. All right. For October. So we're looking at the overall picture for October. What's coming in? We have October 6th. I believe that is the new moon in Libra. So bringing manifestation, new beginnings, changes within relationships. And then I believe we have the full moon coming in Full moon is on October 20th. I don't remember what that moon energy is. Yeah, it's going to be slow this month, you guys. So just be gentle. Surrender into the process. Sometimes when we are concentrating on the things that we want to get done, especially if it's been slow already and we're just wanting things to kind of speed up, moving even slower can bring in some, how do you say, it can bring in some frustrations. You could be pretty frustrated with that. I love it. Okay, so here we go. So we're starting this month off, like within the next week, I would say the first week, probably by the end of the week, Saturday, I'm hearing we're coming into more of this courageous energy. There's some healing that's taking place. There's some blooming, some blossoming, and some activations. Again, that solar plexus energy that I was feeling, right? And that tightening, needing to, surrender into the process, going through, knowing that you have your strength, your resources, all the things that you have been through in your life, you are able to move through this next process and this next stage. You have the jellyfish coming out, Queen of Cups. There's psychic, visionary, compassion, and radiance. And when the, Queen of Cups is represented, it really is about your, again, psychic abilities, your vision, right? Your compassion, your love, who you are. Again, you give, right? And this is all about matching that frequency of how much you give, you should receive that same in return. And so it's the story that you're telling, right? And changing that story and saying, okay, I deserve, and I need to make these adjustments in my life. I need to take responsibility, right? So with that Queen of Cups, she has compassion. She can hold space for other people. She exudes love, but she's very intuitive. She's very knowledgeable about what it is that she needs to do. So as you surrender into this time in this moment, right? And as things are slowing down, right? To kind of bring you into your inner sanctum, it's to give you the knowledge and the wisdom that's coming to you within the next coming weeks, within the later ends of this month. You guys are guided this month to really let go. There's that letting go energy, right? Letting go, again, energy is what you guys tell yourself. Surrendering, right? The resistance that you guys are, that we're all holding on to. We're needing to let go, to wash away, to cleanse, to purify, to release, even the stories that we're telling ourselves. We have the Four of Swords coming out for us. Sloth energy, and sloth is slow. When you look at that animal, spirit animal, they are slow spirit animals. My niece loves them though. It's the Four of Swords. And the Sword of Swords is all about your thoughts, right? Your processing. And we have quiet reflection, waiting till the time is right. This is that solitude energy. Meditation, sitting with yourself, right? And that quiet reflection, that awareness. So right now, it's not about making changes in your life. That's why we're moving slow, right? During this time, it's about moving into your inner sanctum to see where you need to make those adjustments and changes. But right now, it's not about making changes or making any of those major moves. It's really about moving slow through this process, because what this process is bringing is more reflection, more knowledge, right? More visions, more understanding, illumination. And so as you surrender into this time, as you surrender into this moment and surrender into this month and just allow the flow the water, the tides to just take you on its course, right? The time will be right. You'll know when the time is right because you are intuitive. You are already gifted with intuition. And so you'll know when the time is right. You're guided, to external voices. When I see this card, it's always what is outside of you, the external chatter, the external world, right? So this month, you guys, we're really going to be moving into turning in and listening into ourselves, right? We need to release the external chatter, the people that's outside of us, right? The dissonance, the distractions, the noise, and really move into that place of tuning in and turning in. We have the tiger energy, great spirit animal to have. I always think of them as stealthy when I always ride on their backs. They're very stealthy in meditation. King of Wands, loyalty and honorable spirit, ferocious. The King of Wands, to me, represents transformation. It's that fire energy. It's what is occurring as you turn in, as you begin to really seek the answers from within and remove the external chatter, the voices that are outside of you, right? And changing your stories, that transformation energy. It's going to really help you to stand in your power and your vibration. Moving into ordinariness, that's coming in. This feels like this is really moving in towards like the third week of October, right before the full moon energy, where the simplicity, I feel like you guys are going to really kind of be balancing a little bit more in the simplicity. When I see this card, ordinariness, I see this woman here. She's not rushing. She's not moving fast. She's not fast paced. This is her garden. This is what she grew. This is what she's cultivated, right? Her abundance, her prosperity, her beauty. And as the seasons are changing, she's coming out and she's picking the last of her flowers, or the flowers that I feel, right? But she's smelling the roses and she's looking at her growth and she's tuning into that. And it's ordinary, right? It's not outside of her, right? It's taking in all of the things that you need to take in for yourself. We do have the Weasel energy coming out, which when I see the Weasel, it's a little Weasel. It's Seven of Swords energy. The devil is in the details, secrecy, and mask. Seven of Swords, that mental energy. But it's usually, when I think of the Seven of Swords, I think about somebody that is just in your camp that is not in your camp. And that brings me into that feeling of that letting go. But I feel like, you guys, this is also you, not the Weasel in that sense, but that you are telling yourself things that are negative, or you are telling yourself things that are not true, right? And if you can go out in nature, ground in, feel the simplicity, the simple things, smelling the roses that may not be outside because we're moving into fall, and really just kind of tuning in, tuning out, and turning into your inner sanctum to really hear the messages, to really hear the truth, right? But when I do see the Weasel, I feel like this is really about this letting go energy over here. I feel like this is the people that could be in your camp that could be causing those distractions, right? And that what they're meant to do is they're meant to bring up the triggers. They're meant to bring up the wounds. They're meant to. So that you can move through that. So that you can find the courage within yourself, right? This month, you're going to move through, and there's going to be major changes within you. I feel like this is very internal. This is very internal movement for this month. So I feel like, some of you guys will be having some issues, and this could be, for some of you guys, related around your relationships. Again, this could be related around work, but I feel like this is within your physical life as well, but this is internal. This is shifting the story that you're telling yourself, and this is also tuning into the wisdom of the ancestors. And the wisdom of the ancestors flow through the rocks, the air, the water, the trees. They're in everything. They're in our DNA, and they flow through everything. We are integrating this month. This is what I love, is ending this month out with integration. Okay. We're integrating. This is the yin and yang energy, masculine and feminine energy. And look at that, right? Harmonic flight, our activation, the interwovenness, right? Bringing harmony. That harmony. I keep seeing this, like, I just feel like this energy is going to move up and it's just harmonious, right? This integration. Because I feel like no matter what, you may go through or deal with, that you're going to move through this time as you surrender, right? As you continue to surrender to the energies of when you're needing to let go, right? When you're moving to solitude, turning in, tuning everybody out, as you're transforming, as you move through this transformation period in time. There are people that are around you that are sharp-tongued, and they're meant to trigger you this month. They're meant to bring up these inner child wounds, right? For you to move through. And what ends up coming in at the end of this month is harmony. You come into a more harmonious stance, right? Okay. And I feel like this is maybe around the 23rd of October, towards that particular week of October, that you're going to be feeling this integration. For some of you guys, you may be feeling during the surrendering time that you're needing to bring in more of that masculine energy, right? That movement coming in for November. Some of you guys may be feeling more of that feminine energy, honoring yourself. You have the Queen of Cups, you have the King of Wands, and you still have that kind of masculine and feminine energy in that, right? You have the Queen and the King. And so you're integrating these energies, using your vision, having compassion for yourself, bringing in self-care and love and honoring the flow, right? And then that King of Wands, transforming and taking action in the sense of where you're going to be making those adjustments, right? But right now, again, it's a slow moving time, so things may be coming in slow. Things may be moving slow this month. We have the snail and the tortoise energy, and I don't think the porcupine moves that fast either. So, we got some slow moving creatures in this energy for this week, right? But what comes in here is that tiger energy, right? When I think of courage, I think of the lion. We do have sloth, so we do have sloth coming out, right? I'm pretty sure the weasel is fast. But either way, we're moving in to these energies. This integration is bringing the Six of Cups energy, the otter. And the Six of Cups energy is about your inner child. It's your inner child, right? It could be bringing in past love, past relationships. But when I see this right now, and I see this energy and the October energy and the retrogrades energy and the Libra and the season of Libra and relationships and all of that energy, I just feel like this is really an internal journey that we're going to really be going on. You're going to see it in your external world, but I do feel like this is really internally what you guys are going to be going through. And I feel like this inner child wound, this inner child journey is this integration, right? Is you're integrating the masculine and feminine as you move through these inner child wounds, knowing what it is that you're needing to let go of, right? Moving to that quiet reflection, that solitude, right? And it's okay to tune people out. It's okay to turn off your phone. It's okay to get off of social media. It's okay to surrender, right? With whatever your guidance is this month to move through, it's okay for you guys to surrender. I was really hoping that I would not take up 30 minutes, but that's just what it is. Spirit just has me just talking away. Oh, right? That's what it is. Okay, so, excuse me. You have recharge coming out for you. This is for this month guidance. There's nothing like a walk on the beach to soothe your soul, right? That's why this month you're moving slow. You're meant to recharge. You're meant to go into quiet reflection, right? To tune in. Wait till the time is right. This is like a slumber time, sanctuary time, solitude time, the hermit time. That's that energy, right? It's not really meant for movement. It's meant for integration, recharging, finding your home, and bringing in that harmonic flight that's being integrated at the end of this month. And I do feel like that's going to be coming in right before the Halloween, October 31st. You're going to be feeling this energy of really harmonic flight. But I feel like around the 23rd, you're going to be doing that integration where you're going to be either integrating your inner child. That can happen. You know, where you're integrating back, and then you can do that through hypnotherapy or meditations. Um, and you can be feeling more again at that yin and yang, that balancing, knowing when to move, knowing when to relax, and not feeling like you have to be responsible for the home if you feel like you need to take care of yourself, not feeling guilty about what that looks like, right? Um, Knowing when you're meant to take action. But you guys, surrendering this month, okay? This is the guidance to surrender. So allow the flow, allow the waves and the tides to carry you along. And you guys are going to find your home. You guys are going to understand home is where the heart is, that it's not something that's outside of you, it's right within you. It's all about you. It's not about anybody else. Not your husband, not your spouse, not your girlfriend, not your friends, not your kids. It's really about you. And that harmonic flight is going to come in towards the end of this month. So I hope you guys enjoyed your monthly forecast. I do hope that you guys, please, if you enjoyed it or found it useful, please leave feedback in the comments below. All right, looking forward to hearing from you guys. Take care now. Bye.